All right, let me make sure, do all the stuffs to make sure we're going. All right, look at that. What's up, creepers und the Geekers? Chris the Atari Creep. How's everyone doing today? This is just going to be a random live open topic. I got something to unbox. I got a few things I wouldn't mind showing off here now and then. So we'll just let a few people, get their butts in here. And, yeah. So I hope you're all having a great Saturday. What beautiful weather. Beautiful weather to the point where it kind of angers me. I like hoodie weather. We've talked about this a number of times. I like hoodie weather. I prefer it. And, that's it. So the ladies are out, and I figured I've been having fun doing this. I don't have the guitar with me this time. Simon Blue, what's up, bud? Butt is in. Rock and roll. Victor, what's up, buddy? Hey, speaking of Victor, I got messaged by a really rad dude named Victor after I did my handheld LED LCD tabletop game video. And he's like, hey, yo, I got a couple of these bad mamma jammas if you'd like to add them to that pile, because I don't really have any use for them. And I was like, yeah, heck yeah, I'll do that all day long. But we'll get to that here in a minute. We're gonna unbox it here in a little bit. But I got a few things. I've been actually pretty busy today. I've been pretty busy. I've been working on guitars. Let's start with this thing. Let's start with the Warhammer. Let me move this. There we go. It's 3D printed. I got all the lines pretty much gone, except for the seam lines right here. And as soon as I sand that down, I'm going to give it one more shot with primer just to make sure we're good, because primer will tell you all your tails. And then I get this hammered metal, deal I'm going to give it. And then we're gonna build it. I'm going to see if it's a 3D printed guitar. It's something that can be done properly. Now, I didn't go all out on this, and in fact, all the parts I bought for it were fucking dirt cheap, like legit cheap. I've been keeping a tally here, and I'll do a video about it later on. And I even have the spool that I used for the filament behind me to show how much I got left over from printing nothing but the guitar itself. But we got primer on it this week, and today I slathered it with just some spackle stuff. I don't even know what it's called. I've been using this stuff for years. And it seems to work pretty well with 3D printing. Dry deck spackling. It goes on pink, dries white. It's great stuff. It's great stuff for like little quick jobs, Something like this I didn't want to whip out the Bondo and all that for. But talking about Bondo, what's the unboxing of, Chris? It's a package I just got today from Victor. And you're just going to have to wait. You're just going to have to wait a little bit. I don't want to spoil the surprise, but I already mentioned it, so the surprise was already spoiled. So, Alex, dude, thank you, man. I gotta shut that off. But regardless, now let's talk about Bondo. Hold on. Fuck you, motorcycle. There we go. I need to get some Bondo so I can start filling in the lines on this thing. Don't I look rad? I still got to open up the inside a little bit to get my head in there to show you what a project looks like. What a project looks like before it's done. This was printed in X amount of pieces and then kind of fitted together. And I'm working on some of the seams right now. This was a low poly helmet, but that's okay. That's okay. Stormtrooper, no, this is actually a TIE pilot helmet. The Mohawk is what gives that part away. But I'm transforming this into an AT-AT driver helmet. I've always wanted to be an AT-AT driver since I was a kid. When I was a kid and I collected Star Wars, I kept asking people for Stormtroopers. I want Stormtroopers. And for some reason, I ended up with nothing but AT-AT drivers. An army of AT-AT drivers. So I never did get my army of stormtroopers back in the day, and legit, I only have like really one right now. And it's one of the new retro ones that came out a few years ago that like each Walmart, or I'm sorry, Target got like one of. I just happened to get it that day. But that's going to be a long ongoing project. I'm going to be making the entire outfit. Jonathan, what's up, buddy? Looks fine to me. Thank you, man. You know, let me get it like real close to the camera. Can you see the poly in it now? The polygons? Yeah, it's all like that. But you know what? I knew that going into this. And I told myself I could look for a higher resolution one, or I could just rock and roll with that thing. And I said, you know, I already had that file. I already sized it to my head. Do you know how many times I had to print the bottom part of this freaking helmet to get the right size? But I finally got it done after learning how to actually size your head in millimeters for your 3D printer. And I enlarged it and then sliced it up in, what is this program I have here? Mesh Mixer. And then I printed it piece by piece over the course of a week and a half, maybe even 2 weeks. At only 20% infill because I knew I was going to do the inside. But what I did was I glued the pieces together, got them together best I could. And then I had some JB Weld left over, a couple tubes. So I lined each seam with that. And then I put some styrene bracing in there. And I'm just going to do the whole inside with resin anyway. With fiberglass resin. To make it solid. And then I'm going to work on the outside. But I need to go get a big can of Bondo for that. But I'm not doing that for the guitar. That's the whole reason why we were talking about Bondo. This guitar is not getting any of that. Now, since Alex is here and we're talking about guitar projects, I also worked on this. I worked on this today. I cleaned up the sides of all the epoxy that spilt over. And I routed out the pickups and the control cavities. I don't know if you saw this before. If you go to my Instagram page, I believe I posted about it. This was all covered up. And I purposely put this tape in here because you can see some of the epoxy spilt into there while it was curing. And I knew that was going to happen. And rather than... I mean, I guess it wouldn't have mattered in the pickup routes because I do have to route them a little deeper, maybe closer to how deep this thing is, for the pickups that Alex was so graciously... kind enough to donate his funds for. He insisted on it, so I was like, cool, thank you, man. So, Stu, what's up, man? Retro Stu! Did you or someone you know suffer from... No. Nope. Not yet, anyway. But, you know what? I'll show you this, too. This was going to be a surprise. But I got this in the mail the other day. This is donated to the Walk to End Alzheimer's from our friend the Game Czar and family. And I'm going to go get this framed, and this is going to be a raffle or a giveaway. Let's see, where we got here? Life is a Game. There we go. Oh, Life is a Game. The Game Czar and family donated this, so I'm going to find an appropriate frame for it. And one of you folks who have or will be donating soon to the Alzheimer's Association, that link is down below. Don't do the super chat. It takes me forever to get that money because it has to build up to a certain amount before I can even cash out on it. But if you want to do the Alzheimer's Association, just be sure to do it using the link down below. I mean, the super chat, I'll make it happen, but let's try to avoid that. I don't want any monies going through me. One, because I'm lazy and it's a pain in the ass. But more importantly, I don't want anyone to speculate on shenanigans. If the money doesn't have to pass through me, I feel safer in that. So that was pretty cool. So that's going to be coming up. I got an offer for a donation today. I'm hoping it'll come in, so I'm not going to tell you what it is. But it, too, will be for the Alzheimer's Association. This year's going to be huge, guys. It's going to be fucking huge. And I may or may not set up a couple of eBay auctions. Now, mind you, I just said I don't want monies going through me, but eBay auctions has receipts. So I can show how much I got from the eBay auction. and then just literally transfer that straight into the Alzheimer's Association. So there is no fucking going on there. So I can show receipts of everything that's going on. Not that I couldn't do that with other things, but if I can avoid the money coming through my hands, I will. I most certainly will. All right, what else can I show off here? I said it was show and tell. We already talked about this in my last stream. This was a bunch of failed Ben Solo prints from his lightsaber. So I put a Darth Vader emitter on it, made my own custom pommel, and printed that up as well. And I call it a tribute to Grandpa. It's kind of like Kylo Ren's tribute to Darth Vader. It has all Kylo Ren's stuff on it. Minus, of course, that big goofy. Let's see. Just so happens I have Ben Solo's lightsaber right here unpainted. Oh shit! I gotta remember to do this. So this is Ben Solo's, and this is mine. So I still need to paint this. So, but when I get the battle axe guitar rock and roll, and then I will definitely have paint on that lightsaber. What else do we have here? We got my shark, and parts of my VCS just fell on the floor. My shark. This is my new best friend. Can you see why? That's a deep throat. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, so one more thing to show and tell. If anyone has any questions or anything or wants to start a topic, by all means, jump in. For real. For real. I'm not selfish here. I picked this up at Target like 10 minutes ago. Well, before I got in the stream. I've been wanting to get one of these since I saw it. But it wasn't $30 fucking cool. It just will not be $30 cool ever in my life. But it's like half off for clearance, because nobody wants them. I picked up the Black Series Jar Jar. Dude, there's something to be said about collecting Jar Jar. I came this close to getting this big Jar Jar bust for like next to nothing. I should have got it. I want to eventually be known as the guy who collects nothing but Jar Jar. I don't know why. I've always had that. Well, okay, I say always. For the past, I'd say X amount of years. I said, how cool would it be to be known as the guy who collects Jar Jar? And just have a whole room full of Jar Jar and have like newspapers and magazines be like, oh, let's go check out the idiot who buys all Jar Jar stuff, Are you going to start playing bass once it's done? I'll play it not as a thing. I'll play it here in the house. I have a friend of mine who's been doing a lot of recording lately at home. I've actually replaced the pickups on a couple of his guitars, and he lives right around the corner. But he's starting to do the whole recording music, his take on things, and making videos for the internet, Facebook, and all that stuff. So he's trying to get that going, and I'm kind of hoping I can weasel my way into some of his recording equipment here and there. And I want to record a couple of jams here. I got a few songs in my head that have been bouncing around for years. And Chris the Jar Jar guy. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that even fits, but I got a couple of things printed last night. Oh, yeah, how did it go, bro? Tell me in the comment thingy there, or in the chat, how it went. I'll talk to you later. Send me some pictures. But back to the bass guitar. Yeah, I mean, I'll be playing it. I have a feeling because of the cheapness of these pickups, and they don't look like they've been wax potted, which they shouldn't be. They're a vintage vibe, that they might be a little microphonic, so I'm not going to be playing them loud anywhere anytime soon, or at least I'm not going to have a lot of gain on them, which I personally don't like the sound. I like very tiny bit of gain on a bass, just enough to break up the signal, but I like a nice, clean, fat, I like a nice jazzy bass, so I don't know, we'll see. I don't think I'm going to turn into a bass player or anything, Alex, but no, I'm really excited, though. As soon as I got those cavities visible again, I'm like, it's on now, so I'm going to be pulling the neck and then figuring out what I need to do with that. I'll tell you what, how about you guys answer me a question, okay? Maybe I'll let the chat room decide what happens here. This came with a big, I gotta remember not to bump into this. Came with a giant pick guard. And I'm not going to use that pick guard. I'm going to use it as a template to just make one for here. I don't want to cover all this up. Plus, the pickups I got have their own metal rings. I mean, so didn't the original ones for this guitar. You could see where they drilled the holes for the rings on the pick guard. But I'm not going to cover the whole guitar with a pick guard like it originally was. In fact, that pickguard is actually pretty valuable, I found out. As far as pickguards are concerned. I'm not going to fucking send the kids to college with it or anything. But what color pickguard should I use for this? I mean, don't get fooled by the red. That's disappearing. That's going to be all black. The sides are going to be black, and then there's going to be like a little bit of a hue in here, like a burst, I guess. A very light burst, just enough to cover the transition, which is mainly what I worked on today besides opening up the cavities. But what color pickguard do you think would be good on this thing? I mean, it's a monster theme, so there's yellows and greens and reds and blacks. I don't know. I was thinking about just black with the white the white layer in the middle. Or you can buy red. You can buy black, red, black. But I don't know if the red would jump out. Oh, maybe try to find one that has a green center. I might do that. I might get a black, green, black. I don't know, but let me know what you think in the chat. Blue? Huh, blue would be interesting. Maybe do like a transparent blue, a real dark one. And then give it like a little frost burst of its own so you can't truly see through it. I don't know. So what I'll do is I'm going to find a bunch of different colors and kind of just put them on the body to see what I like. But then again, when you make it big and you actually put it on there, it could be a whole different vibe. An entirely different vibe. So Jonathan, I like green. But at a distance. It looks mostly black or red. Yeah. And you know what? Unfortunately, one thing that happened with the guitar, and I didn't take this into account, I left the red paint underneath it to give the glue something to bite onto a little bit more. I should have went with a lighter color. Because if I doubt you could tell, but if you look at Dracula, all this that's like a peach color or pink in my house was white. And as soon as this got wet with the epoxy, the red underneath kind of shone through. And it isn't one of those, well, it was your first time, Chris. How would you have known? Because I watched a guy do the exact same fucking mistake on his guitar with a different pattern, of course. But he ended up just ripping the whole thing off. And I said, you know what? I don't care if I have enough of that cloth. I'm not doing that. Fuck that. So Dracula's got kind of a reddish peach color, which I think works anyway. So that could also be another reason why red is standing out quite a bit. In fact, all the red is popping. The green pops in person up close, but I can see how dark it looks on the camera. And that's just a cheap Mac camera anyway. You know, they put all this technology in these little laptops, but they fuck off with the camera. It's so stupid. So stupid. Let's see. Let me see if I missed anything else in the chat here. Yeah, it was like, let's see, paint and minis. Several colors. Oh, yeah, don't show well with some. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. As a matter of fact, when you're painting something metallic, what the undercoat is will determine on the vibrancy of the color. Like if you notice underneath a Legend of Zelda cartridge, the original NES, it's black. The plastic is black. And more times than not, what you do to get a really good chrome finish on something, because trying to get chrome out of something like this, unless you're using a product called Spastic or Alclad 2, which is very sensitive, by the way. Great quality stuff. You just have to clear it with the proper stuff, or else you lose the luster. And if you don't put something over it, it wears away. But you get different effects if you use a white undercoat or a black undercoat. And black usually tends to give you that more deep chrome, like what you think of when you think of chrome. And white will give you that plasticky chrome. So, Daniel, what's up, bud? Thanks for coming in. All right, so should we unbox this thing that I got today? Should we unbox it? We're going to unbox it. Yeah. All right, first of all, let me move Game Czar's. Tell me that tapestry thing wasn't rad. One of you guys could own that, you know. You just got to do the right things during the right stuffs and the time. So, seriously, even if you're not into the Alzheimer's thing or you just haven't donated or anything, don't avoid any of my streams or my videos. And I'm not saying that for views and all that. All my Alzheimer's related ones will have no monetization. So it has nothing to do with that. And I don't give a fuck about algorithm, obviously. or any of that crap. I'm telling you, there's going to be a lot of really cool stuff that you could walk away with just by being a rad motherfucker and helping me out with the Alzheimer's. And if you've watched me in the past, you should know by now I'm not picky about a mouse. A lot of times I'll say next dollar I get, we'll get a couple of dust sleeves or, whatever. I had a bunch of game cartridges a couple of years ago. Next $5 in a 24-hour period, we'll get your choice of one of these 3 boxed games, and stuff like that. So, regardless if you're a fan of mine or you just like coming in here and me say fuck, or whatever it is that you come here for, I would suggest if you want to win some really cool shit, here's a hint, okay? Behind me is something that is going to be donated. I'm not going to say 100% what it is just yet because it hasn't been finalized. But I was messaged by someone on Instagram today saying, I have this particular item, and I would like to send it to you to raffle off or do whatever. So there is an item behind me that I will have, and it is a pretty rad item. So there's a lot of really cool stuff coming down the pipe. So I wouldn't miss any of it, guys. Alzheimer's Association question for you. I'm trying to get my work to match my donation, but they're asking for a registration ID. Do you happen to know that? You know what? If you give them my link, I don't know anything about that. I can ask my rep, but she tends to take about a week or two to get back to you because she's in charge of all of the organization I sign up for is both Mass and New Hampshire. The Greater Boston and New Hampshire Walk to End Alzheimer's. You know what? While we're doing this, I can go into my page and see if there is that ID or whatever it is you're looking for. The best I could say is just give them my link so they do it directly to mine. I mean, if they give it to the Alzheimer's Association, I should be grateful. But I want to see if we can bang over 2,000 this year for selfish reasons. All right, we're going to open up a box here I got this morning. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say. It's a box. It's a box that has stuffs in it. Hopefully it has stuffs in it. I mean, so far it has something. It has that shiny paper. Wow, this isn't even newspaper. Dude, you packed this with like the quality shit. Oh, I probably shouldn't do that during times of COVID, huh? All right, I'll just do that. And I'm going to do that. All right, first item. You know what? Let me move the microphone. Sound be damned, I suppose. I'll still aim it at me. Here's the first item. Okay. It is electronic baseball. Let me see if there's a brand on this that I recognize anyway. Right away. Who is this? Entex. Okay, yeah. It's an Entex LED baseball game. I don't remember this one. The model 9001, if anyone wants to know. Made in Taiwan. Here's something that's very interesting. They must have had a couple of different versions of this. Because there's a battery door right here, but they put screws through it so you don't use it. Or maybe that's just access to the buttons. I don't know. But I was foretold that there was no battery cover for this. But lucky for me, I wouldn't send an empty box. Hey, you never know. You never know. I knew you would. I'd just play it up for yucks. But my buddy Rick R., when I first got my printer really going, I was like, hey, I have this specific game, and I know there's a file for the battery cover. Could you print me up one? And, of course, I was more than willing to oblige for the experience. I didn't charge him for anything. He's the reason I have my Dracula VFD game. I mean, I didn't get it for free or nothing, but if it wasn't for him and his smoking deal, I wouldn't have one of my dream items in my collection. So I'm going to hope there is one for this. I'm sure that, like with most of these, this casing is pretty universal, at least the bottom. So I should be able to find something that's good enough for that. And then we'll be looking at this on the channel here pretty soon as well. Very cool. All right, so there should be one more in here from our correspondence anyway. Yep. Now, I will say he gave these to me. I'm not going to try to play that off. This is an enigma to me because I'd never seen these before. until this, and it took me a little bit to actually find this exact model. I found very similar ones, but it's a company called Excalibur, and it's like a Space Invaders game. But it's one of those ones where you can, I don't know how to pop the thing. Here we go. Maybe it's one of these buttons here. We'll figure out while we're chatting. But it's, oh, there we go. But you can go head to head with somebody playing the game. It opens up like that. There's a mirror down here which probably reflects the game onto a screen down here. Yep, that's the mirror. That's the screen. Wow, I can't even talk. This screen reflects it down to this mirror. And you have all your left, right, and you have fire buttons and all the other buttons to do the stuffs. This looks pretty cool. I don't remember what year they said these are from. I want to say early 2000s? I don't remember. It definitely doesn't feel like something that was older than, say, the late 90s, early 2000s. But I had never seen anything like this before. I mean, I found plenty of the, like, you can buy most of them like this, you know, half the thing, but it's like a head-to-head Space Invaders thing. You know, I wish Willie lived closer of Arcade USA, because I would love to jam on the video with him on something like this. You know, he tends to bring his wife in to do that a lot, and that's pretty cool. And I wouldn't mind, excuse me, I got an itchy nose. I wouldn't mind doing that with my lady, but it's just, with her, it's tough, you know. She just doesn't get it. She doesn't get the etiquette of there's a camera on and all that stuff. I love her. I love her to death. I'm not trying to pick on her, but trying to do a video with her, or even sometimes the kids. Okay, see, now I figured it out. I figured out how to do it. And once it's been opened a few times, I think I just had to get the dust out of it. There we go. What's this? And then it just goes. I'm really excited about this. Victor, thank you so much, my friend. The recap, anyone who just walked in, we just unboxed N-Tech. Did I say it was an N-Tech? Yeah. N-Tech Baseball and Excalibur head-to-head Space Invaders. Dude, these are rad. I love these, and I can't wait to fire them up. So, let's see. Maybe do a Skype chat with Willie. But he can't actually play it, though, you know? I want him doing the button things. Could you make your own battery cover? I was just saying that, you know, I could probably find a file for it. I did that for a buddy of mine named Rick R. not too long ago. You're welcome, glad to help. Yeah, dude, that was awesome of you, man. I really do appreciate it. You know what? And here's a weird thing, Victor. A lot of times when people are like, hey, I'm going to send you a package, I get all weirded out by it. I appreciate it every time. Like, there's a few people that are very prolific in that. Coleco Joe used to be wicked prolific in that. Willie of Arcade USA is still. Once in a while, the No Swear Gamer will toss something my way as well. But my buddy Ryan of Ryan D Designs, he used to be Deep Space Toys. He sends things like, wow. And I always feel, you know, I try to give back as much as I can. In fact, I'm working on a package for Willie right now. And I made a big custom piece for Ryan. It was a frame of a coffin frame. And I put an Necronomicon face into it and everything. It was pretty cool. You guys need to be able to rig up something. Yeah, I know, dude. Him and I probably should. We'll call us the two teddy bear modes or something like that, you know? All right, let me, you know what? Let me look online here and see if there's no code. Let me go into the website. All right, so here's my stuff. $1,575. Oh, I must have got a new, I must have got a donation in the last 24 hours or so. So if I remember correctly, we were at $1,540 the other day. Well, the last video I did. Participation Center, tools, social media, my progress, send an email. I don't, you know what? I honestly don't know about any kind of a code. Please forgive me, my friend. Let's see. What is it? It was Alzheimer's Association question. I want to know what the exact word. Registration ID. There we go. I will send my friend Melissa a message. She'll get back to me. She'll get back to me quicker than what I said. And if I can find a registration ID that'll work out, I'll get it to you. I'll get it to you one way. I don't know how I'll get it to you, but I'll get it to you. I'm looking on the page now. Let me go into my dashboard. I know you guys can't see any of this. That's all right, though. You don't need to. It's just a bunch of purple screens. All right, shows my goal. Fundraising. There, you know what? There would have to be some kind of registration ID because they often ask you to get your work involved. And I would assume it would have to have something to do with that for their taxes. I just don't know where it is, and no one's asked me that. So I apologize straight up for not knowing that. I feel awful. Let's see. Edit my page. No. I'll just go and view my page again. The participation center. I wonder if it's in... If I click donate. Hold on. Let me see. Donation amounts and stuff. No. Donor advised fund. Credit PayPal. Let me click over there. Let me see what that tab offers. No, I don't. I have no idea. I'm sorry, bud. Daniel, if there's any way you can get a hold of me on social media so I know how to respond back to you when I do get it, let me know. And we'll make that happen one way or another. And if we can't, dude, no worries. I really do appreciate that, though. I really do. This reminds me, I still need to dig up those 2600 joysticks to send you. You do? Oh! For the 2,000 subscriber giveaway. Yeah. Please, if you would. Sorry about eating. I'm fat. So let's see, what else can I show off? I said it was going to be show and tell. Wow, I got a lot of shit around me. I made a fucking mess. I made a big mess. I probably should be sanding this battle axe guitar and getting paint on it. But no, I figured, what the hell? I'll come in here and do this. Anyone have any questions, topics, or anything? I got a really cool video that I'm going to make here in the next day or so. Regarding the Amico and a philosophy of it. Or not necessarily a philosophy, but my feelings on a specific topic that revolves around it. And it's not really another one of those, oh, I like the Amico because of this and blah, 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 blah. But it's been weighing on my mind for a couple of days. And the topic is do we need an Amico? And I don't mean it in the traditional sense as far as, who needed this product, But I got a cool few things. I was actually going to start it off in here, but a lot of people don't like looking at pre-recorded live streams down the line and watching it. And it's something I want people to interact with. So, let's see. We should start be connected on Facebook from the Atari VCS thing we did. Oh, that's right. My mind is mush. You have to forgive me. I forget my own name at times. No worries, I have to dig them out, blah, blah, blah. Some extra cartridges for a buddy here soon. Okay, yeah, cool. Check this out, okay? I know you can't really see it. I don't know what took me so long to find one of these guys to print out. Unfortunately, I can't use him as a hood on him because it's PLA. And as soon as the weather starts getting hot in the engine, this will just melt to nothing. So I'm actually thinking about making a mold of this motherfucker and casting it up. And keeping the mold for every car I get. And make this hood ornament like my permanent thing from now on. I don't care if I get a brand new Lamborghini. I'm gluing this fucker to the hood, If you've never seen the movie Death Proof, that's what this comes from. It actually comes from a truck from the 40s. A big rig from the 40s, but I thought that was pretty cool. I figured I'd show that off. Yeah, no, there's nothing else really going on here. I just wanted to open that box and say hi and show off Jar Jar and look how stoic they're trying to make this. I gotta get this fucking mic out of my way. Look at it. Oh my god! And then you watch the movie. I mean, even the figure, he looks all. You know what this actually looks like? This doesn't even look like it was supposed to be a Jar Jar figure. It looks like it was supposed to be. I don't remember his name. The one with the few mustaches. You sucking doo doo this time. You should go into the bosses. You know. You're gonna cast it metal? No, resin. No. I'm not gonna try to do anything with high heat such as that. I wouldn't have the equipment to do something like that anyway. Or maybe I could just have someone else do it for me. There is a method of casting that I've been watching lately called Lost PLA, where they basically take a PLA print and they smear it in this coating of something that's like a ceramic, I guess. I don't know. And that's what takes the form. And when you bake it, the PLA ashes out of it, so to speak. So the PLA disappears real quick, and then what you're left with is an actual mold that can withstand the heavy pour of the metal. And I would only do something like this in aluminum, but I wouldn't know how to do any of that, nor would I even want to try, because it's my understanding that it can be real dangerous. I mean, aside from the high heat in molten metal. But like moisture and stuff like that can make the whole thing go boom, and next thing you know, half your face is melted off. And hey, Wolf, what's up, man? Thanks for coming by. Appreciate it. Jar Jar is awesome, Dan. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. He's even got the little cigar and everything. There's a couple of these with like sombreros. I don't know if that's a thing or not. Yeah, I'll just leave it. I didn't know that was a thing. I'm putting a sombrero on the angry duck. I do what? Do metal casting? Because if you do, I'll print up 3 more of these and send this fucker up to you. You just tell me how much it costs for your labor and stuffs. Your name is Sir Hector. Oh, Chubbill. Sorry. Oh, man. I'm tired now. Yeah, what are you talking about, Jonathan? You do what? Please elaborate. Because I tend to yap and all that stuff. So, yeah, that was a nice surprise to see. Let me go back. See, $1,575. Let me go into my email and see when that came in. If it was one of you folks, I want to thank you like live. I mean, it tells me in this thing, but I'm not going to. It's just easier to go, oh, okay, there it is. Because I get notification. I have all you guys' information. You know that, right? Let's see. Where is it? Alzheimer's. Here it is. Someone just donated. Okay, no, it was earlier this morning. It was a $25. Oh, it was from an individual I was talking to this morning about that donation that individual wants to donate for me to raffle off. I'm thinking about, okay, going back to what I was talking about earlier about eBay. I'm thinking about doing an eBay auction for something. And I've heard horror stories about that, people inflating the price and then bouncing. And then what happens is people who had legit, bids, they by accident become the highest bidder again and then think, oh shit, something went wrong, so they bail out. Something cool I've had here that I made a long time ago. It's fully functional, and it's related to both horror and video games. If you've been around long enough, I'm sure you can figure out what I'm talking about, but I don't want to say it out loud. You're a retired blacksmith? Oh. What's up, buddy? What's up? No, seriously. But I wanted to legitimately do it through eBay so I could get as much out of this thing as I could and put it directly into the Alzheimer's Association. But I don't know. I don't know if the whole eBay thing is a good idea. I just watched some guy, he's a guitar guy, go through this. He's helping someone else auction off a guitar for charity. And apparently there's a lot of fuckery going on. And that's just the way eBay is. People are just fucking dinks sometimes. They just don't think. You know what I mean? They just want to have their fun, but they don't realize this is, there's a cause going on here. If you just want to do that for an auction, whatever. That's frustrating, but ooh-wee. I'm sorry, guys. I was up crazy early, and as you can see, I did a lot of work today on my guitars and such. And now I got to do a lot of work cleaning up this mess. I just tossed papers all over the house. They're sadly like that more than not. Really? Know the feeling. That sucks. I may still do it because I'm a glutton for punishment. I really want to see if this thing would take off. I'm curious as to what people would pay for it. But I think that might not be an accurate depiction of value. I'm sorry. Because it's for a charity, so I don't know. Not retired, but I am trained. Did I read that wrong then? Oh, I'm trained. Guys. There we go. Sorry. Trained. Every time, I swear, go back to every live stream I've done in the past few weeks. This happens at least once. I'm like, yeah, so-and-so. And they're like, that's not what I fucking wrote, dummy. And then I put these on. And there it is. The words are there in black and white. I can fucking see them. Go figure, right? Not retired. But I am trained. Trying to get set back up in a new place. Dude, that's all. That's such a wild trade, man. And the fact that it's one of those trades that are ancient. Mad respect for any blacksmith. It's an ancient trade that still persists today. Persists today. And it's done pretty much the exact same way. We may have some modern technology assisting it. But the skills themselves it's an ancient technology that we still use today, and people still make a living doing it, and it's pretty amazing. I watched a guy, he's a sword guy, make a power sword once on YouTube. I guess he has a show where he does that. Man at Arms, I think it was called. But he made the power sword. Good stuff. Well, fuck, man, guys. I'm sorry I keep doing that. That show on History Channel with the blacksmith is... Oh, no, it's down by Baltimore? Right on. I'm going to take it you're in Maryland. You're in Maryland? Pretty cool. God, how I wish I was retired, though. You know what? Technically, I am retired. I mean, I am still able to be employed, but my career of choice is no longer, I can't do it anymore because of physical medical problems. I got a rotten sacrum, which I call it my bad hip. But my sacrum is deteriorating slowly and becoming more brittle as the years go on. And if I were to take a hit the wrong way, I could be paralyzed or dead in a few seconds. All your nerves run through it. So if it collapses or fails, that's it. I'm kaput. So I chose to retire. I wasn't fully vested, but I was vested. I did 13 years. 13 years working in corrections. And I miss it. I really do. I miss it. It was a fun job. Once I got out of my cowboy stage, Now, I'm from New York, but yeah, I'm in exile. Okay. You need some milk. He needs some milk. Get a Monster, brother. No, fuck no. That shit puts me in palpitations. Circle K had their own brand, and there was an orange one. I think it was called Chaos. I would drink 2 of those a day when I had my sandwich shop. And by the end of the day, my shit would be doing this, and I would have chest pains. I'm like, why am I having chest pains? Well, dumb shit. You drink coffee all day, and then you had a couple of fucking Monster-like drinks. Fuck, I might as well be doing cocaine off the backs of hookers, too. You know what I mean? Next thing you know, my heart's boom, you know. No, I can't do that shit. I can do caffeine, but... yeah, I remember those. Yeah. I don't think they sell them anymore, but there was like purple, orange, and that's what it would be like. Go get me the orange one. It was always like, what was it, $2 for $3 or something like that. Coffee. I am going to make me a cup of coffee here in a few minutes. I just don't want to hold you guys up. I gave up the hooker habit a long time ago. I had to. I started running out of places to fucking put them. You know what I mean? I mean, you could chop up a few here and there and find a hole. But after a while, you know, people start wondering why there's so many little mounds in this area. Yeah, it gets riskier every time. Oh, look at this. Leroy. Leroy. Let's see, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? I think we're just going to hide that. We're going to hide that. All right, there we go. Hopefully that worked. Wow, I don't think I've ever had to do that. Did he write the N-word? Good. They're all deleted. I didn't even read what he wrote. I fucking just moved them from the thing. Leroy Diddy. I think that's the first time I've had one of those. Leroy was hidden by the Atari Creep. Okay, good. Leroy, I thought you'd be cooler with a name like that. Leroy Diddy. He wrote the N-word on my fucking page. I don't condone that shit. Not because of anything reason, and just... Come on. Stupid. 2021. Fucking get with it, people. Seriously. 2021. What the fuck? We might as well be fucking primitive again, right? Dickheads like this in the world. But we're not going to let Leroy ruin our day. No, we're not. So if you're still here, Leroy, there you go. That's for your mom for giving birth to you. Oh, now we got another one. Oh, it's probably the same guy, though, right? Let's see. Leroy, I'm a badass, right? What a jag-off. All right, let's hide this prick, too. We're going to be playing this game, huh? You know what? It's funny. I'm a white dude, too. Maybe he just likes writing racial shit. I don't know. Movie madness and entertainment. Hey, what's up, buddy? What are you doing, brother? We were just looking at guitar parts and video game stuff and some rad cat named Leroy writing some racial shit in my comments. Fucking douchebags. Douchebags. Just hanging out. I got screws today. Isn't that exciting? I got screws. Actually, that's for the guitar. The guitar I printed has its own like little volume pot pickguard kind of thing. So I got some screws for that. These might be a little big. It's alright, I'm using them anyway. I don't give a fuck. I made a really cool knob for it. I don't think it printed up that well. This looks like something that a resin printer would have done better. It's a horn skull. This is the volume knob. Yay! I can play the... yeah, dude, you know what? I can play the radio something strong, too. Screw loose, man. Always a good thing. Yeah, screws are always awesome, man. I love screws. I love a good screw. Michael Garvey, what's up? Speaking of donations, Michael Garvey hooked it up last year. Holy damn. Bunch of sealed rad games. And it looks like everyone's jumping into the fire this year with it too. It's awesome. So yeah, I picked up a heavy sixer on Craigslist for $25 last week. Switches need a resolder, but works great. Atari or Sears? I mean, it doesn't matter either way. You're still rad as hell. Lance, what's up, buddy? What's going on? Still wicked rad. But which one did you pick up? The Atari branded one or the Sears branded one? I sent you 10 as a donation for the Alzheimer's for your dad. Thank you, man. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I really do appreciate that. Let me see. Let me go back here. It's probably Darius. You know, if it was Darius, I should have left it. Cool, Atari. I got my heavy sixer right there. My Atari one. I don't have a Sears Telegames one, and that's the one I started off with to begin with. That's what started my gaming life, if you will. It's a heavy sixer. Sears Telegames. But yeah, cool, man. Max, thanks for coming in. Dude, I got to pick up my mom tomorrow at 1 o'clock from the physical therapy rehab and bring her home and get her set up for Monday. She's having chemo. So I am going to try like hell to jump in your stream, dude, okay? But Mom and her declining health has really been eating up a lot of my time and mental strain. So, but I saw that I got a couple instant messages from you before I got home and started the stream. And I'm going to try like hell. I'm going to try like hell to jump in. I miss your streams, dude. I mean, I still poke into some of your stuff when you guys just talk about like Marvel and shit. I'm not a fan of Marvel or any of that, so I can't really, so I sit there going, but I miss hanging out with you guys. That was a fun stream to join in, so I'm gonna try like fuck to get in there tomorrow, big time. Sorry to hear about your mom. Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate it. I mean, guys, you know what? Can I get a little public service announcement on you? I'm gonna do it anyway because I'm the guy with the fucking microphone. You also have this too, so you can just go. But seriously, this COVID shit, guys, take it as serious as you can. Regardless of what rights are being fucking given up. My mom, a year ago in February, was rock solid, rock steady, and would kick your ass. She would fucking, ninjas would break in her apartment, and she would fuck them up while still making me some supper. You know what I mean? Strong woman, rocking and rolling. Then she caught COVID in March and was hospitalized for like 3 weeks, I believe. And then she was in a physical therapy rehab for 2 weeks. And she hasn't been the same. She aged at least 10 years in that month and a half of time. COVID fucked her up bad. So I saw her declining slowly over the past year to the point when, she ended up with the walker, which wasn't, we never thought that was going to happen for at least a couple of years, but it happens, with age and everything. So she just keeps dipping down and new things keep happening. So she got her first COVID shot and everything went well. And the day her second COVID shot happened, and I don't know if they're related, I'm almost for shit sure it is, she got weak in the legs and hit the floor and couldn't move. She couldn't get up. She couldn't crawl to a phone. I didn't go over there for a couple of days because my birthday was on the 8th of March. And I was supposed to go over there. So it was one of those things, I'll be there in like 3 or 4 days. The fucking woman was on the floor for 4 fucking days. 4 fucking days. No water, no food, no bathroom. Finally, a neighbor heard her and was able to get help to her. And I got a call the day before my birthday that she wasn't home. She was in the hospital. And from there on, I've been kind of like glued to her. And, it's weird because we drove by her house 2 days before we got the call, and her lights were out, a lot sooner than they normally. She's a night bird like me. I fucking hate mornings, and so doesn't she. And I'm like, something's weird about that. I should probably go check in on her. But I didn't. She was on the floor the whole time. Fucking, you talk about a fucking dirtbag son. I felt horrible. Fucking 4 days this woman's on the floor. And what put her in the hospital again this time was she fell down 3 times in 24 hours. I'm over there picking her up off the floor. And I called her doctor. I was like, can you convince this broad to go to the hospital? So she went in there. So, but she's also supposed to be getting chemo. They found out her lymph nodes were enlarged. And she has lymphoma, which what she has, the doctor says it's a very curable, very easy to treat form of cancer. So I'm not going to sit here and do the whole boo-hoo now my mom has cancer after surviving COVID, because I don't think it's that severe. But now she's got to go through fucking chemo. Woman can't catch a break, man. Can't catch a fucking break, which means I can't catch a fucking break. But I told you all that so I could tell Max I'm going to try like hell to get to a stream tomorrow. Oh no, I was telling you to fucking take COVID seriously. We're almost there. Just keep doing the stuff to get us there. We're almost there. Come on. Let's not let our fucking guards down, It fucking took that woman and aged her way too much in like no time at all. And I have no doubt it was all COVID. It was all COVID. She's 76 years old, and that's an older gal. I'll admit it, but the way she's physically and mentally behaving, she's in her 90s up here, and physically. So COVID's bullshit. I fucking hate it. I had COVID last year. Yeah, you probably had COVID before all. You're probably the douchebag that brought it here. Oh, let's see, Lance. Yeah, stay safe as you can. COVID killed 2 of my uncles. Dude, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, Spider Rico, 4 fucking days, dude. 4 days. Can you imagine? Can you imagine just having to be stuck there? Never mind not eating, having to soil yourself. But you're that old and you just got through COVID and you're weak. And your time's limited anyway. You know what I mean? You're on that end of the clock. She must have been terrified. I mean, she did tell me at one point she gave up and was, all right, the God's calling me home. Here I come. She thought it was it. She thought that was her time. Thank God for her neighbor, who, by the way, is a pain in the ass on the phone. She calls me all the time now. But, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. All right. Anything else going on here? So, I think I'm going to recap today's stream. We looked at a bunch of cool stuff. We unboxed 2 cool handheld tabletop games for my friend Victor. Thank you, dude. I really do appreciate this big time. I got Jar Jar here for half off because Jar Jar is king. We talked about a Battle Axe 3D printed guitar, which is probably less than an hour away from paint. We talked about the Alzheimer's Association and some cool stuff coming down the pipe. And this now has cavities for electronics. I wore my TIE Pilot helmet for a few minutes to turn some of you weirdos on. And that's all there is to it. Now I'm getting a phone call from one of the kids. Excuse me. You want to hear the shit I have to go through? Hold on. Hey, Anna, how are you?
I know you're streaming, and I'm really sorry.
Yeah, you say sorry to people in the chat.
Sorry, everybody.
No, she's demonetized. What's up, honey? Is everything okay?
I just wanted to say that we're going to Burger King, and I wanted to know what you wanted.
I don't eat stuff like Burger King. That's slop.
Chris, stop lying to the chat.
All right, let me get the spicy crispy chicken sandwich meal, large.
Okay. Spicy crispy chicken meal, so large?
Please.
Order, right?
Please.
Okay.
All right?
Sorry again.
Alex said it's cool. My buddy Victor's laughing. And my buddy Max wants a Whopper. Hey, I got to stream with them tomorrow if I can squeeze it in, so. All right, I got to go. Thanks, ladies.
Love you.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye, chat.
They were trying to say bye, chat. I hung up on them. Let's see. God bless, bud. Stay strong. The women in good state. You, dude, everyone stay strong. You know what? And everyone's like, dude, you having a bad day or I'm having a bad day. Can I leave you with a little thing? I work with children. I work for the school system. And when people are sitting there saying, whatever, and I say, you know what? Any day on this side of the ground is a good fucking day. It really is. The fact that I get to do this with you guys, I get to play with Jar Jar, print guitars, play video games, have similar interests with rad fucking dudes and dudettes like you. Any day on this side of the ground is a good day. We're going to keep fighting that fight. Get bob and weaved at the punches, my dad would say. And, Alex, thank you, dude. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. You didn't have to do that. Having good people in your life, even though me and my lady, we're not, we throw down words back and forth once in a while. But, I'm not a fan of the original Chris chicken anymore. That was my go-to. That, a Whopper, or when it's in town, the Angry Whopper. And I used to go in there and say, can you make my Angry Whopper fucking furious? And they would find other spicy stuff to put in there. Because if you can't tell already, I like spicy foods. Hence last year's one chip challenge. But the chicken parm that would come out once a year, that was the shit. I can remember going to wrestling every month at the Boston Garden. Wrestling would come to town. It was like $4 a ticket. But it was up in the nosebleed, but no one ever went. So we'd buy our $4 ticket. It was like $4 or $5. And then we'd go down to the Loge. And we'd be like right there at ringside. But yeah, I have distinct memories going over. Oh, dude, their onion rings are fucking nasty. They taste good, but what they do to you, man. But yeah, getting that original chicken sandwich Parmesan limited edition. The sauce was way too zesty, or acidic. The cheese, of course, was fake. And the chicken itself was slurry meat. Fuck yeah. God bless America. Oh, my God. Alex wants BK, too. I bet. Alex, come on over, man. You know where I'm at. Let's see what else is going on. It goes in hungry and comes out angry. Yeah, dude, no joke. Yeah, onion rings. There's an X and a D. I'm assuming that's you going, because I'm an old man, I don't understand these things anymore. Yes, man, the gas is bad. You know what? It's not even so much the gas, but it is the gas. It's that burp and that ugly onion ring flavor that it has. Word. Okay, hold on. God, I hate people who do this. I'm Samuel L. Jackson, motherfuckers. Word. Phantom Menace, since we have Jar Jar here, I'll tell one more story, and then I sincerely got to go because he'll be here soon. And I threw papers all over the place, and I got to clean up my mess from the stream. But, what a shit show. I don't know why you guys watch any of this crap. Oh, man, I just talked about memory. What the fuck was I even talking about? One more story. What was I talking about? Oh, Phantom Menace. I don't know if you guys experienced this, but I went to go see Phantom Menace the not opening weekend, but that week. And I worked an overnight job in Rhode Island. I would drive back to Boston, and then I would hang out with my buddy Jeff. And we would usually like go see a flick and then get Taco Bell or whatever, go get records, go to the Guitar Center, whatever. But we would hang out for a little bit because I worked the overnight, so we'd hang out in the opposite. And we went to go see Phantom Menace opening week, not weekend. And it was still packed. It was like matinee and it was still packed. But every time Samuel L. Jackson said a line, like, he's like, so the boy will be trained. And he's like, no. The entire crowd went, motherfucker! I'm like, there's little kids everywhere. And every time Samuel L. Jackson said something, the whole crowd was like, motherfucker! Oh, man. Movie crowds just aren't the same way they are. Guys, I'm taking off. Thanks for hanging out with me this evening. This Saturday afternoon, evening, whatever you want to call it. Let me take these stupid things off my fucking face. Because I don't care what the comments say now. No, I'm just kidding. I love each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much. Alex and company, thank you for the donations there. Those are pretty cool. I appreciate those. Are getting put into a kitty, which eventually I'll pull them out and I'll use them for good. If it's not for the channel, it'll be for the Alzheimer's Association, depending on whichever comes first. The Alzheimer's Association may be over by the time I'm able to pull. But guys, I hope you have a great night. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and wish me luck tomorrow and Monday. I got a lot of shit I got to fight about. But yeah, have a great night, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. Video games, Jar Jar, guitars. Life doesn't get any better. Life does not get any better. All right, until next time, hope you're doing well. Take care. Creep it real. I got to do for formalities, right? And bye-bye.